Hi, this is Vic. I thought I'd make a video about replacing the regulator on this Porter Cable portable air compressor. It's model C2002 and I picked it up at one of the local big box stores about, I don't know, 6 to 9 months ago. And in that time the regulator started leaking, so I ended up calling Porter Cable, and they were pretty good about sending me a new regulator. My old one started leaking right up underneath the tank pressure gauge, and there was really no fixing that. So I can show you how to change this out. It's pretty simple. When they send you a new one, it'll come complete without the pressure valve, the release valve. So you have to take the one off your current one and just move it over. Use a little Teflon tape on it. Now I got a little involved with this because I didn't know how it all came apart, but once I figured it out, it's pretty simple. First thing you want to do is this cover comes off. There's a single T10 screw in there. That's a Torx bit, and I can show you that it's, you know, a Torx bit. It's kind of, it almost looks like an Allen key, but it's more of a star. But if you just go and buy a T10 wrench, that'll do you. Okay, so I have this off. You can just pop it off, and there's your valve, your regulator. Now you'll have to take this off of your old one, and before you do this, I would definitely suggest, if you have any kind of pressure in the tank, to open up the bleed valves and drain it down to 0. And you use this, that comes off with a 9/16 wrench right here. Fits on there very nicely. If you don't have a 9/16 wrench, you can use a 14mm. They are pretty darn close in size. They're pretty much interchangeable. So you can take your old one off, and what you want to do first is to kind of slide the motor out of the way, and it's so simple. There's 2 Phillips head screws, and I'm going to show you. One is here, alright, and there, and there's one on the other side. And what you want to do is you remove those 2 screws, and once you do that, you can slide the motor to the right, going this way, to the right, and then lift it off. Once you remove it, you can just pull it back out of the way, and that will get you to this hose. Now, I've already replaced my regulator, and there's a 1/4 inch hose clamp on there now. What was originally there is one of these clamps, and those are not reusable. What I did was I just took a pair of wire snips and I just got it in there, and I snipped this off. You snip it off at this end right here, and then you can just peel it off. So once you do that, then I took a flathead screwdriver, and I could pry the hose back because it was kind of on there a little tight, and you just pop it off. And so then you have everything free. You have your motor out of the way. You have the hose disconnected from the regulator, and you just pull the motor out of the way. Now I would go ahead and remove this valve, and then once you get that done, you take I have a 10-inch adjustable wrench for the here's my old regulator, and you see it's got two flats on there. It's about 1 inch, so if you have a 1-inch open-end wrench, that would probably do just fine. I didn't, so I just got my adjustable wrench, and you can get it up under there, and you just twist the whole assembly off. And then once you do that, you have to rebuild it. The new regulator came with this coupling, and what I did first was just screw it into the tank nice and tight. That's also 9/16. Again, 14mm would also work. I had a 9/16 deep socket, so I just used that, and I got it on there pretty tight. And once I had that set, I was able to screw the new regulator back on. I got it nice and tight, and once I got it on there, I was able to reinstall the relief valve. I used some Teflon tape on the threads because it was worn. And where did I put my Teflon tape? It's over here. This is Teflon tape. It's thread tape, and that'll help seal it. Okay, and then to put the again, I got a hose clamp here. It's 1/4 inch. So once I put the motor, well, I got the hose back on there with the hose clamp, and then you're able to just drop the motor back in. And when you do it, you slide it, you drop it down onto these pins, and then you push the whole assembly to the left, and you set it in there, and then you put the two Phillips head screws back in to hold the motor in place, and you're good to go. There should be no other problems with that. I would also, as a because not everyone pays attention, make sure that your compressor is not plugged in. So before you start this, unplug it. Also, with bleeding off any pressure you may have in the tank, if you have a leaking regulator, chances are you have no pressure. Okay, so I hope this is informative for you, and like the video if you can. Thanks a lot. Bye-bye.